Hi everyone! So in my previous videos, I talked about my experience studying at LSE, my regrets, and also my scholarship journey from Chevening Scholarship. It's a scholarship from the UK government. And in this video, I will talk about how I actually got into LSE, especially as an international student. If you have watched my videos before, welcome back. And if this is the first time you're seeing me, hi, my name is Karin. I'm from Indonesia, but I'm currently living in Sweden. I make videos about LSE, scholarship, and other millennial related stuff. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already, because I like making videos for you guys. And yeah, okay, are you ready? Let's get to it. So my journey started in 2016 when I was looking at opportunities to continue my master's degree abroad. I initially didn't know anything about LSE. I first heard it from a friend who actually studied at LSE that year from another scholarship that's not Chevening, and that's the first time I literally heard of LSE, even though for a lot of people, it's already a well-known institution. I didn't know it until 2016, so I started looking into it, and after some research, I chose the UK for my main destination because of the Chevening scholarship. I couldn't continue my study with my own financial means, so I chose some UK universities, and one of them is LSE. After more and more research, LSE became my first priority because it offers the kind of program that I want, and that's the merge between communication and gender. And I was actually enrolled in a program called Gender, Media and Culture at LSE. So that's how I finally chose LSE. So it's not like a long dream for me, because maybe LSE is famous for its economic majors, and I don't really study economics, so I didn't know that. It was a rather fast decision for me to focus on LSE, because obviously they have good academics, they have good modules, and what's more important for me is that they offer this very niche program that, as far as I know, does not really exist anywhere else. I mean, there are some programs similar to it, but this one is just really very unique, and that's why I focus on LSE. So after I set my goal to LSE, the requirements were pretty hard, and I think they still are. The basic ones are, you have to submit your CV, and you have to submit personal statement, recommendation letter from your boss or from your academic supervisor back in your bachelor's degree, and IELTS score, or especially if you come from a non-English speaking country like me. So this is for international students coming from a non-English speaking countries. You have to submit language certificate, English language certificate. It can be either TOEFL or IELTS. I chose to submit my IELTS test, and their requirement was 7.0 out of 9.0 score. So that was considered pretty high. And the other thing is that they have a specific requirement from each country to sort of I think, make the same standard, because each country usually have different standard for diplomas or bachelor's degree. But for Indonesia, my GPA has to be at least 3.5 out of 4.0. But then again, please check on their website. They might change it, and also I know that it's different per country and per program. So I really urge you to look at their website. It's been updated when I was looking for it in 2016, it was quite bad, but now they've updated it. Now for me, the hardest requirement was the personal statement. If I remember correctly, it was an essay, maximum 1,500 words, so actually around 2 pages. And if I have to do it again, I think it will still be the hardest thing that I need to prepare for LSE. Not that IELTS was easy either. I actually took a 3-month course, especially to improve my IELTS score. My overall score for IELTS was, at the time, it was 8.0, so I was lucky because it was my first time actually to complete an IELTS test, and I got a very satisfying result, so that's good. But the personal statement bit was very hard because I reckon it would be the thing that they will look at the most, they will judge the most, I guess. I don't know, but it's basically your reasoning of why you want to study at LSE, and your personal motivation, your background from your bachelor's degree, and your working background, and all that kind of stuff. It was quite hard to put all those together in 1,500 words, and also trying to convince them with those words that you are worthy to be accepted by LSE. One biggest tip that I can give you is that when you're applying for a scholarship and a university at the same time, try to make one master document. And I have already said this in my previous videos about tips and tricks, that if you have a master document, then you can just adjust them based on the recipient. You know, like you can adjust the document for LSE, and you can adjust the document for Chevening, because for me, and it's maybe rather obvious, if you're submitting the same kind of documents for different institutions and different objective, one is for the university, one is for a scholarship, it doesn't really reflect good on you. So you have to be focused on your writing as well. Finally, I submit my application to LSE in December 2016, and I get a letter, an acceptance letter from them, I think around February or March 2017. So it didn't really take them that long. But it was amazing. Like, it was, I don't know, like LSE was my top priority, with the reasons I've said before. But the good thing is that with LSE's acceptance, at least for my program and for my department, you don't need to pay a certain amount of money to secure your seat. So usually other universities will give you an acceptance letter, but they will ask you to pay some kind of amount of money to secure your seat, or else they will replace you with other applicants, because it's kind of like a first come first serve type of thing. I think, like, if your application got in first and you got accepted first, then they will give you time to then pay for some amount of money to secure your seat in the program. And if you don't pay that money, then they will give it to like waiting list applicants or other applicants after you. But LSE didn't ask for that, so that's very, very relieving at the time for me, because I didn't get my Chevening announcement until May or June that year. So I got accepted to LSE first in 2017. After that, some months later, I got accepted by Chevening, and then in August that year, I flew to London. So it was a year-long sort of process, and I have already talked about this in my previous videos again. Don't forget to watch them. But yeah, that was my whole LSE story. My biggest takeaway from that experience is that perseverance and hard work will never disappoint you. And I know there must be other reasons too that, you know, contribute to me getting accepted to LSE, like maybe luck or who knows, universe, you know. But it was hard when I was doing it, when I was really trying to pursue it. So I can sympathize with all of you who are trying to pursue your master's degree abroad, especially with Chevening scholarship and going to LSE. It is not difficult. It is not easy. It is difficult, but just keep on going, because if it's for you, it will be for you. And that's very cliche, but you know, just don't lose hope. If you really want it, keep going. And yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to write it on the comment box down below. And also feel free to send me a message on Instagram if you want to connect or ask more questions. Like and share this video if you like this content. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. And yeah, stay sane and stay safe, everyone. I will see you in my next video. Bye.